You are listening to Adayulogues, where we have conversations around mental health. Often teenagers come in and ask me, do I need to be very skinny to have an eating disorder? I look at myself in the mirror and I don't feel thin enough. Whenever I eat, I feel like I've done something wrong. I keep counting how much I've eaten. I go to the gym, but I need to run more. Is this a problem? Is too much eating also a problem, or is it just a lack of self control? Or do I not have the willpower to manage what I'm eating? I often see myself and my pictures and I feel like this is not nice. I don't look nice. And I keep thinking about whether is my eating the problem or am I doing something wrong? Does too much eating also contribute to an eating disorder? Am I eating because I'm feeling emotional? Is that also a problem? Let's talk to Dr. Parikh today about eating disorders.
I think it's very important that we have this conversation around the perception of looks before we talk about eating disorders. I feel in these times there is a bit of a conformity to how I should look. I think social media has had an impact on it. This is in. This is how one should look. This is how is the right body weight, body size. All of that is becoming almost like a conformity. There is a pressure that we perceive because of this constant digital overload around looks. Do you know that there are studies that say that people who are exposed a lot to television may end up having more concerns around body image. So that's why it's important that before we have a discussion around eating disorders, we need to understand you and I, everyone is unique. Being healthy has to be the goal. Present yourself in the best way that you want to, that you are comfortable with. But you don't compare yourself to anyone else. You don't say, I am not good enough because that one's better, or those individuals got so many likes, I got less, it makes me any lesser than someone else. And I feel this is important. Feel good about who you are, be healthy, have a good routine in life, whether it is physical activity or your diet and nutrition. Yes, do that. That's a good thing to have. It's a preventive approach. A preventive approach that I want to feel healthy. But eating disorders is also a reality, largely unnoticed. Coming for help, people struggling with eating disorders come much later. It's what is also called as an ego syntonic illness, meaning I am okay with having the illness, so I don't want help. So when I see young people struggling with eating disorders, some of them may have anorexia nervosa, which means there is significant less weight, yet there is a constant fear of putting on weight, which results into a drastic change in eating patterns, purging behavior, use of laxatives, which causes significant physical and psychological concerns. People come to me with bulimia, where they have these episodes of binge eating. Some people use words like emotional eating, comfort eating, soul food eating, stress eating, but they have this as a pattern. And a lot of them post that experience what is called as a post-binge guilt or a dysphoria, which means feeling bad afterwards. And that results into, again, compensatory behavior, over exercising, for example. And some people may have binge eating as a disorder, which means they have these episodes where they have a binge. Binge means I am eating almost all over again a complete meal in a very, very short span. I am not able to exercise that control. So yes, when we look at eating disorders, binge as well as undereating both form in the both are a part of this spectrum. Eating disorders are a concern because there are significant medical complications. Almost all of our body can get impacted by it. Eating disorders can result into long-term medical complications also, not just acute, short-term, and cause significant impairment in overall social and occupational functioning. It may affect our relationships. Individuals start avoiding people, staying more indoors, and their life becomes around weight, looks, food, exercise, so on and so forth. It's important that we have these conversations. Parents, teachers, all of you, all of us need to be aware around this. I also feel that social media platforms need to also look within and see that are we promoting healthy lifestyles, or is it that somewhere there is a pressure on young people around their looks? We need to focus on building self-esteem and a healthy, positive body image. You're listening to Adayulogues, where we have conversations around mental health.